And welcome back to another episode of the Hey You podcast, a place I get to share my stories, my thoughts in my mind.
You can be anything you want. Hey, you can change to what I know. Hey, you.
So today I want to say to you, hey you, guard your heart. There is a verse in Proverbs. In fact, it's Proverbs 4 verse 23, and it says, keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. In other Bible versions, it says, guard your heart, for life flows with it. So I was introduced to this verse by a friend of mine last year as we were just talking and sharing, and it has become one of my favorite verses. In my case, I took it as petty. Protect your peace. Make sure in your heart you're alright. Be careful of issues and things that break your heart. And most importantly, mind your business. Just mind your business. So to me, this is something I learned the hard way. Growing up, I was just that girl that goes way out for people. I think as Christians, we want to be very nice to everyone, and we end up being too nice and getting into situations we are not supposed to be. And sometimes people we go way out for, the people you say these are my friends, they don't see you as one. You'll be busy crossing an ocean for someone who would hardly jump a paddle for you. That was my case, but in my defense, I was being nice. That's what Christians are supposed to do, right? Reality struck me when I got into business, when I now started progressing, when I started singing. When God started shifting my life just a few years back, that's when I realized I was alone. That was one of the most painful moments of my life, mostly because it was the first time I ever stood on my own. When I now want to talk about an event I will attend to my friends, it seems like I'm bragging. How to spend time had shifted, charts had shifted, most things had shifted. I remember one of my friends sending me a message saying, the problem is petty unedzungu. It means you are too forward, like you are just too forward, which is true. I was. On looking it on another side, you should try to humble yourself. That was a message. I was just being me. That's the truth. There is a quote I learned at one of my university module. It was called Change Management. Yes, I think for all those that did business management and entrepreneurship at Chino University, they know this quote. It says, if you don't change, change will change you. If you don't change, change will change you. It was inevitable, hey? I was changing. You know what happened? I surrendered. I surrendered to God. Surrendering was one of the hardest decisions in my life because trust me when I say I can be a little stubborn, like a little, or not a little, but I can be stubborn sometimes. It was hard to give up everything. It was a really selfish move, but it was my first time ever guarding my heart. I gave up many of my friends, my lifestyle, my day-to-day routine, and I started building my foundation according to what the Lord was directing me to do. I started working on myself and mostly finding who Petty really is. God taught me patience, like a lot of it. Through prayer, fasting, and spending time with God, God started directing the right people in my life. On my own, I started to grow. The Petty who is hosting this podcast was birthed right then. Everything I have now started the moment I decided to guard my heart, because life flowed from it. Not only my life, but other people's lives too. Hey you, guard your heart, protect your peace. As human beings, we have attached our peace to our families, our jobs, our friends, our spouse, and if they ever disappoint us, we will break down. It will shatter our hearts into pieces. When they disappoint us, it will leave us with bitterness and grudges. We end up resenting certain people, hating this person, comparing yourself with other people, and not being content. So hey you, guard your heart. Guarding your heart means letting go of that toxic relationship that make you cry or feel insecure. Guarding your heart means deleting numbers of those friends that don't add anything positive in your life or pressure you into certain ways, bad ways. Guarding Guarding your heart means letting go of those friendships that promote gossip and nothing productive. I had a friend at a certain time where whenever we were together, we were only talking about other people. And after that conversation, I always remember that after every conversation, in my heart, I would really feel bad and kind of like dirty, that was really bad. Those people, they have to go. They have to go. Even if they are Christians, the Bible says gossip is wrong, full stop. Guarding your heart means leaving that job with that toxic boss where you feel unvalued, rather misused. Guarding your heart means not falling in love too quickly before praying and being sure. Guarding your heart means unfollowing certain people on social media who pressure you into feeling unworthy. Guarding your heart means minding your own business. You are on your own personal path based on you. Whatever you do, guard your heart. If it ever feels wrong or against your principle, it's worth giving up. Don't be afraid to say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say I don't want. It's okay to miss out. It's okay to be alone. Take time to find you. Take time to explore your heart so that you're sure what you're protecting it from. In closing, I don't want to say I don't want to come here and say I have mastered the art of guarding my heart. But what I know is I'm trying. My joy does not come from another person. My joy comes from me through Christ who is in me. That's all for today. I love you and hear you. I'll see you soon.
You can rise, you can win. With God, all things are possible.